Hey everyone! Before we jump into today's video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you're enjoying the content. It really helps push ZBCN into more people's feeds, which benefits all of us ZBCN holders. More visibility means more interest, and that often translates to more investment and community growth. So if you're getting value out of these videos, take a second to support the channel. It goes a long way. The information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and all opinions expressed are my own. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile. Invest only what you can afford to lose. All right, let's dive into it. First, let's check out the Fear and Greed Index. As of today, we're sitting at 56, which falls into the greed category. That's up from yesterday's neutral rating of 50, which suggests that investor sentiment is getting more bullish. And this is something you should always keep an eye on. The Fear and Greed Index isn't just a vanity metric. It reflects the underlying emotional state of the market. When greed levels rise, it typically means people are feeling confident, sometimes overly so, and that can lead to some short-term buying frenzies. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. BTC is sitting around $104,700. Yesterday, it dipped to around $103,000, so we've seen a small rebound. But here's the thing. Even minor dips in Bitcoin often send shockwaves through the altcoin market. Especially when you look at the top 10 coins on CoinMarketCap, it's just been a lot of sideways action lately. They're not offering the kind of returns that investors are hungry for. As a result, the spotlight is starting to shift toward lower cap coins, and that's where ZBCN comes in. ZBCN isn't in the top 100 yet, but that could change. In fact, it's only a matter of time before it bursts into the top 100 in my opinion. Picture this. You pull up Crypto Bubbles one day and bam, ZBCN is right there, outperforming everything around it. That's the kind of momentum that drives real FOMO. People are going to start asking, what is ZBCN? They'll research it, they'll discover its fundamentals, and many will inevitably buy in. And while we, the early adopters, are already familiar with ZBCN, there are still many people out there who have no idea what it is. That's the opportunity. We are early. If we check out the news today, there hasn't been much coverage on ZBCN in the past 24 hours. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, when the news quiets down, that's usually the best time to accumulate. Once the price starts surging again, everyone starts talking. Articles come out, social media buzzes, and YouTube fills up with videos. But by then, most of the easy gains are already gone. The smart money is already in. So when the news goes silent, pay attention. These are the moments when savvy investors accumulate. Let's talk numbers. Right now, ZBCN is still flying under the radar with a market cap under $1 billion. That's crucial. I've been covering ZBCN for a couple of months now, and my stance remains the same. As long as the market cap is under $1 billion, this project is undervalued. We're talking about a token that still has room to grow, and in the crypto world, that's rare. Once ZBCN crosses that $1 billion mark, then we can reassess its future targets. But let's get there first. If you've been following my channel, you already know I've posted some pretty aggressive price targets for ZBCN. I'll touch on those later in the video, but just know I'm extremely bullish. So, what's the latest with the price? As of today, ZBCN is up nearly 8% on the day. The current price sits at 61 cents with a market cap of $485 million. Let me put that into perspective. There are coins currently in the top 100 that people wish they had bought when the market cap was under $500 million. They waited too long, saw the price skyrocket, and then hesitated to buy in because it felt too expensive. And that's how they missed life-changing gains. This is the cycle in crypto. Early adopters get in cheap, price pumps, FOMO kicks in, latecomers buy the top, and then corrections shake out the weak hands. The goal is to be in before the FOMO. Let's take a look at the charts. On May 19th, a bullish momentum indicator triggered on ZBCN. That trend is still active. If you use the Trade Assist indicator, you probably saw the same signal. It's been remarkably reliable. Over the last few days, ZBCN has traded sideways, which is expected after a strong run-up. It reached 70, dipped down to 54, rebounded to 63, and settled around 61 cents. Importantly, it recently made a higher low, which suggests ongoing bullish structure. Higher lows are a classic sign of strength. The daily candles are green again, and that's always a good sign. We saw green yesterday and we're seeing green today. The momentum is building. So, what's next? The big psychological target is 0.1 cent. 1 cent might not sound like much, but in crypto, psychological price points act like magnets. People love round numbers, and once ZBCN hits 0.1, it'll catch serious attention. Beyond that, the next psychological marker is a $1 billion market cap. These two milestones will act as catalysts. Let's break that down. Right now, ZBCN at a $485 million market cap trades at 0.61. If the market cap hits $1 billion, that puts ZBCN at around 125. That's over 100% gain from here. And here's the kicker. A $1 billion market cap is still considered small by crypto standards. If ZBCN can cross the $1 billion threshold and sustain momentum, I believe the next leg up takes it to 0.10 cents. At that price, the market cap would be roughly $8.1 billion. Now, that may sound ambitious, but remember, this is crypto. Coins with far less utility have made it to those levels simply on hype alone. ZBCN has actual use cases, strong community backing, and growing visibility. Some investors argue that we're not in a bull run right now, but I disagree. We are in a selective bull run. You need to be in the right coins to feel it. If you're holding only large cap coins like those in the top 10, your portfolio may not be moving much. But if you've positioned yourself in projects like ZBCN, you're seeing real momentum. Why is that? Because it takes significantly less capital to move the price of a low-cap coin. A $100 million inflow into a top 10 coin is barely a blip, but in a sub-$500 million project, that's a massive move. So let's talk about risk and reward. ZBCN still has asymmetric upside potential. That means your downside is limited relative to the potential upside. If the hype continues, if partnerships keep rolling in, and if the narrative around payments and decentralized finance grows stronger, ZBCN is poised to ride that wave. And remember, this isn't financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm seeing both in the charts and on-chain. Let's revisit some long-term projections. Once ZBCN hits 1 cent and gains enough momentum to cross the $1 billion market cap level, the doors open to even more growth. As I mentioned earlier, 10 cents is my long-term target. That's over a 16x return from current levels. But again, getting there depends on several factors: market conditions, development milestones, exchange listings, community support, and macroeconomic sentiment. Let's go back to the fundamentals for a minute. One of the reasons I remain bullish on ZBCN is its focus on payments and fast, low-cost transactions. This utility is more important now than ever. As more people look for alternatives to traditional financial systems, projects that offer real-world use cases will outperform meme coins and hype tokens. What else could push ZBCN higher? More listings on major exchanges. Right now, it's still relatively underexposed. A few big exchange listings could immediately increase liquidity and visibility. Also, partnerships. We're seeing a trend where payment-focused projects are teaming up with fintech startups and Web3 platforms. If ZBCN announces something big in this space, it could supercharge the price. Let's not forget community. A strong, vocal, and organized community is one of the biggest drivers of success in crypto. ZBCN has that. The community is active on Twitter, Discord, Reddit, and more people are joining every day. That's a good sign. Momentum in crypto isn't just technical or fundamental, it's also social, and the social momentum is building. If you found this deep dive helpful, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more weekly breakdowns, alpha-packed analysis, and untapped gems. Until next time, stay sharp, stay patient, and stay bullish on ZBCN. We're still early. The journey to tens and beyond starts now.